Hey everybody, my name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. I wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of The Morning Show. I'm the creator, the producer, and the host of the show. We want you to check out our website. It's themorningshowwithnatalie.com. You can go to that website. You can see all about our sponsors, all about the show. You can even listen to live episodes while they're going on right there from the website. Another way to listen to the show live is go to Live 365. You can download that app and just search for The Morning Show. It's right there. Super easy. We want you to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you will. That way you can keep up with what's going on The Morning Show. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey friend, it's great to have you tuned into The Morning Show today. Here on The Morning Show, you'll hear your favorite Southern gospel music and some of the classics you'll never forget. And now, the hostess of The Morning Show, Natalie Duncan-Emmons.
When you wake up to the storm and all you feel are the waves crashing against your boat, you wonder if anybody remembers you or the journey that you're on. When you feel discouraged from what you see on the news or the events going on around you, well, friend, cut it off. Don't look to the left or to the right, look up. And when everything inside of you is screaming to be afraid, to accept defeat, or to hand our enemy a victory, well, you need to sing. And then keep singing. Sing it some more. For we are God's people. And that's just what God's people do. Well, we sing.
He said sing from a laughing heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. Inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder. Just throw back your head and sing. He said sing from a laughing heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. You can sing when there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder. Just throw back your head and sing. When God created living things, He knew we'd need a way to share our fears, our questions, and our dreams. Oh, there were words, but words won't do when joy swells up inside. There simply had to be a better way. And He said sing from a laughing heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. You can sing when there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder. Just throw back your head and sing. The birds God sent on flashing wings to fill the sky with song. Put music in the brook and crashing sea.
The wind blew through the threads of grass like fingers through the strings of golden harps and made the meadow sing.
Then He said sing from a laughing heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air. You can sing when there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder. Just throw back your head and sing.
The psalmist said, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before His presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, He is God. It is He that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture. Enter into His gates with thanksgiving, and into His courts with praise. Be thankful unto Him, and bless His name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and His truth endureth to all generations."
Then He said sing from a laughing heart, just sing. When the night is darkest, sing. Let your joy explode and let music fill the air.
You can sing
When there's nothing else to do, sing. When something deep inside of you tells you that life is still a wonder. Just throw back your head and sing.
Then He said sing
From a laughing heart, just sing.
National Be Humble Day. Yes, it is. It's February the 22nd. No one really knows who created that day or when it was created. I guess the person who created it was too humble to brag about it. But it's a day when we can recognize our own shortcomings and to apologize for the mistakes that we make on this day or even throughout the year. Humility is a wonderful virtue, and it's also one of the hardest to attain. So on this day, we will acknowledge others' accomplishments and draw less attention to ourselves. We will be careful how we speak to others and how we treat others. We will accept our own flaws and others' flaws and others' flaws and others' imperfections. And in doing so, well, we can become better people. Humility also keeps our ego in check. Sometimes we all need a little work on that. And humility allows leaders' strengths and confidence to shine through so everyone can see it. I'm glad you're listening to The Morning Show. There is no other place I'd rather be than right here with you on National Be Humble Day. Here's the latest from Southbound. They're going to be headed our way March the 31st. We're going to be talking about that more after the Jason Crabb concert. But we're excited about it. Mark your calendars, March the 31st. They're coming.
I won't forget the night I stepped out of my pew, walked down the aisle, my running days were through. I knelt at the altar just as I am, gave my life to the Father and left a brand new man. Now I'm a member of the lost and found. The Lord took his pen and wrote my name down. The man that I once was is not the same man now. Everything is better. He claimed me forever. A member of the lost and found. Yeah, they took me to the water and I was baptized. He washed my dark soul like snow made it white. I lifted these two hands, no longer bound. For the first time I stood cleansed and able to shout. Now I'm a member of the lost and found. Glad
Walking out this morning beneath the blue skies of your grace. All my sin forgiven and all my shame erased. And I thought to myself, why you're smiling so much? You know who you were and you know what you've done. But then I thought to myself, I'm completely redeemed and I'm loved. 'Cause you are the great God of my joy. You are the reason for the noise of celebration and highest praise. No matter the season or the circumstance, I'm lifting grateful hands. 'Cause you are the great God of my joy. Not that I'm special, and it's nothing that I've done, but there's just no forgetting just where you brought me from. See, I've traded my sorrows for rays of your grace, ashes for beauty and heartache for praise. This world didn't give it, and this world can't take it away. 'Cause you are the great God of my joy. You are the reason for the noise of celebration and highest praise. No matter the season or the circumstance, I'm lifting grateful hands. 'Cause you are the great God of my joy. Great God of my joy. In the hard times, in the good times, in the peace and pain, in the laughter, in the sorrow, through the things I can't explain.
In my rising up, in my laying down for the rest of all my days.
I will rest 'cause all is well, and it'll be the choice I'll make. 'Cause you are the great God of my joy. You are the reason for the noise of celebration and highest praise. No matter the season or the circumstance, I'm lifting grateful hands. 'Cause you are the great God of my joy. You are the great God of my joy. Great God of my joy. You are the great God. You are the great God.
My joy.
You are the great God. You are the great God.
That's the new one from Jim and Melissa Brady, Great God of My Joy. This is Jason Crabb Week here on The Morning Show because he is coming to Lake Mississippi this Friday night, just 2 days away. He and Mickey Bell both will be here Friday night, and we can hardly wait. We do have a contest going on this week. Would you like to win one of each of Jason Crabb's CDs and a Jason Crabb t-shirt? Well, to have a chance at winning, all you have to do is share the Jason Crabb concert on social media and be sure to tag us in the post so we will know about it. I'm going to draw from everyone who shared it on Friday morning and announce the winner on the show on Friday. And Mickey Bell will be here today with us, second hour, to talk about the big night Friday night, and also Clayton and Carson Smith will be checking in with us on the morning show just shortly, just giving us an update with what's going on in the Smith world, because we like to hear from Clayton Lee, Duncan Smith, and Carson the Wade. So we're packed full this morning. We're anticipating a fantastic day. Here's the latest from The Sound. It looks like it's going to go to number one. It's been sitting at number one for 2 weeks now on the Singing News Power 50. We'll see. Here they are.
When I feel I'm failing, when I think I should quit, I'm always reminded who he always is. But other days, there's other ways that I think about God, and I start to list the things he's never not. He's never not faithful. He's never not kind. He's never not perfect. He's never not on time. He's never been defeated, and he'll never be stopped. And he's never not good, 'cause he's never not God. Oh, he's never not God. So I just won't worry, 'cause there ain't any doubt that I'll be okay, 'cause he's not gonna let me down. I know he sees, I know he keeps every promise he makes, and I know for sure that he's never gonna change. He's never not faithful. He's never not kind. He's never not perfect. He's never not on time. He's never been defeated, and he'll never be stopped. And he's never not good, 'cause he's never not God. He's never not God. He's never not faithful. He's never not kind. He's never not perfect. He's never not on time. He's never not faithful. He's never not kind. He's never not perfect. He's never not on time. He's never been defeated, and he'll never be stopped. He's never not good, 'cause he's never not God. Never not God. He's never not God. He's never not good, 'cause he's never not God.
Hey everybody, this is Joseph Habedank, and you are listening to The Morning Show with Natalie.
Was 30 pieces worth it? When the truth is, I might have sold him out for less. Can you see the way it hurt him? But it could have been me who hid behind that kiss of death. If I'm the judge of Judas, then woe is me. Turns out the only difference is that I believe if he could love a traitor, a liar and a faker, if he could break the bread and share the wine, if the humble-hearted Savior could wash the feet of his betrayer, then surely he could love a heart like mine. What amazing mercy, how extravagant this overwhelming reach of grace. Though we are undeserving, he'll still meet the worst of sinners in their darkest place. And all I know to say is thank you, Jesus. If he could love a traitor, a liar and a faker, if he could break the bread and share the wine, if the humble-hearted Savior could wash the feet of his betrayer, then surely he could love a heart like mine. I know that surely he can love a heart like mine. I know he can. I know he can love a heart like mine.
Well, you know I love Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers. I've been playing them as long as we've had the morning show and been wanting these guys on the show. I've got big news this morning. Big news. March the 24th, Joe Mullins will be right here on the morning show. And that's a few weeks away, but it's be here before you know it. It's sure worth waiting for. So we are anticipating March the 24th. This guy right here, Joe Mullins, will be on the morning show. How about that? We finally got up with him. Oh, Joe Mullins. Here they are.
Many are called, few are chosen. Where you gonna be when the dead are risen? Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? The Bible tells of a better home where we never more shall roam. Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? Where you gonna be, what you gonna be doing when you hear that trumpet blowing, when the Lord shall come and take his children home? Will you be lost? Will you be crying? Be among the living or the dying when the Lord shall come and take his children home? Jesus has prepared the way. Are you ready for that day? Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? Get on your knees while there's still time, or you'll find you've been left behind. Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? Don't you wanna go home? Where you gonna be, what you gonna be doing when you hear that trumpet blowing, when the Lord shall come and take his children home? Will you be lost? Will you be crying? Be among the living or the dying when the Lord shall come and take his children home? Where you gonna be, what you gonna be doing when you hear that trumpet blowing, when the Lord shall come and take his children home? Will you be lost? Will you be crying? Be among the living or the dying when the Lord shall come and take his children home? When the Lord shall come and take his children home. Take us on home.
SouthernGospelPrizes.com is celebrating the new project from Triumphant Quartet, Hymns and Worship. This new project is a blend of traditional hymns and modern worship songs. We'll give away 3 copies of Hymns and Worship from Triumphant Quartet March 3rd. Register to win at SouthernGospelPrizes.com. Southern Gospel Prizes for Southern Gospel fans. SouthernGospelPrizes.com.
The king told Daniel not to pray to his God anymore, or I'll lock you in the lion's den and throw away the key to the door. But the very next day found Daniel down on his bended knee. The difference this time, he opened the blinds so the whole wide world could see. I don't care what you say, I'm gonna pray anyway. Gonna lift my hands unto the Lord for the things he's done for me. I just got to get away, I'll find a place to seek his face. I don't care what you say, I've got a right to pray. They tell our children not to pray when they walk through the schoolhouse door. according to the Constitution. You can't do that anymore. I wonder just what old Daniel would say if he were alive today. If the judge declared no more prayer, I believe old Daniel would say, I don't care what you say, I'm gonna pray anyway. Gonna lift my hands unto the Lord for the things he's done for me. I just got to get away. I'll find a place to seek his face. I don't care what you say, I've got a right to pray. I'm gonna pray anyway, gonna lift my hands unto the Lord for the things he's done for me. I just got to get away, I'll find a place to seek his face. I don't care what you say, I've got a right to pray. I've got a right to pray.
Music, ministry, and more. It's The Morning Show with Natalie Duncan-Emmons.
You're listening to The Morning Show. And now, with your patriotic point of view, here's Larry Gressett.
On this day, February 22nd, in 1732, the man commonly known as the father of our nation, George Washington, was born. He served as a general and commander-in-chief of the colonial armies during the American Revolution and later became the first president of the United States, serving from 1789 to 1797. But did you know, with a 6'2" frame, George Washington was our fourth tallest president, with Abraham Lincoln being the tallest at 6'4". He had only one original tooth by the time of his inauguration. George Washington likely started losing his teeth in his mid-20s at a rate of one tooth each year. He suffered from a lifetime of toothaches, even though his dental hygiene was probably more sophisticated than that of other men at that time. By 1789, the year he was inaugurated, he wore a set of clacking, creaky dentures. It's no wonder his dentist was such a great sidekick. He created his own dog breed. George Washington loved dogs and fox hunting, so it was only natural for him to want to breed the perfect foxhound. Because of his work, he is occasionally called the father of the American foxhound, according to Animal Planet. He owned 36 of these pups and gave them unusually mushy names like Sweet Lips, Tipsy, and True Love. And that cherry tree myth? Totally false. The myth was invented by one of Washington's first biographers, Mason Locke Weems, in the life and memorable actions of Washington. The tall tale first appeared in the book's 5th edition, published in 1806. Its purpose was to paint Washington as a role model for young Americans, proving that the man's public greatness was due to his private virtues. George Washington, one of the greatest Americans of all time. Happy birthday. I'm Larry Gressett with your patriotic point of view.
The Patriotic Point of View was brought to you by Joe McGee Construction. Joe McGee Construction believes family is one of God's greatest gifts. Family owned and operated for the past 33 years, Joe McGee Construction is the proud employer of some of Mississippi's best tradesmen. Together, we are supporting our communities and working hard to ensure that every commute to work and every ride to school brings us safely home to our loved ones. Valuing faith, family, and the Magnolia State, Joe McGee Construction is building safer roads for a better Mississippi. Joe McGee is my friend, and I thank him for helping us bring you the best mix of Southern gospel music, along with your patriotic point of view here on The Morning Show.
As I journey me through this land, singing as I go, pointing souls to Calvary, to the crimson flow. Many arrows pierce my soul, from without within, but my Lord leads me on. Through him I must win. Oh, I want to see him, look upon his face, there to sing forever of his saving grace. On the streets of glory, let me lift my voice. Cares all past, home at last, ever to rejoice. When in service for my Lord, dark may be the night, but I'll cling more close to him, he will give me light. Satan's snares may vex my soul, turn my thoughts aside, but my Lord goes ahead, leads whatever betide. Oh, I want to see him, look upon his face, there to sing forever of his saving grace. On the streets of glory, let me lift my voice. Cares all past, home at last, ever to rejoice. When before me billows rise from the mighty deep, then my Lord directs my bark, he does safely keep, and he leads me gently on through this world below. He's a real friend to me, oh, I love him so. Oh, I want to see him, look upon his face, there to sing forever of his saving grace. On the streets of glory, let me lift my voice. Cares all past, home at last, ever to rejoice. Cares all past, we're gonna be home at last, ever to rejoice. Yeah, oh, I want to see him, look upon his face, there to sing forever of his saving grace. On the streets of glory, let me lift my voice. Cares all past, home at last, ever to rejoice. Cares all past, we're gonna be home at last, ever to
My name's Mary Ann. My name is Bonnie. Myla Jane's here too, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Natalie. We love you, Miss Natalie.
Have you been to Jesus for his cleansing power? Are you walking daily by the Savior's side? Are you fully trusting in his grace this hour? Do you know the freedom that the Lord provides? Oh, come and drink from this fountain of life. Dance in the water and know his delight. See streams of mercy that never run dry. Come to the fountain, drink from this fountain of life. This fountain
close, and now they're untied. I was more dead than Lazarus, he brought me to life. Now I know resurrection and death has no sting. I ran to the water, I drank from the water. Oh, come and drink from this fountain of life. Dance in the water and know his delight. See streams of mercy that never run dry. Come to the fountain, drink from this fountain of. Oh, come and drink from this fountain of life. Dance in the water and know his delight. See streams of mercy that never run dry. Come to the fountain, drink from this fountain of life. This fountain of life. This fountain of life. This fountain of life.
If you're looking for grass-fed beef that's USDA certified, look no further than our friends at J&L Farms. J&L Farms raises 100% grass-fed beef with no additives. J&L Farms sells steaks, ribeye, sirloins, New York strip, or any of your favorite steak cuts. They also sell roast, hamburger meat, any kind of specialty beef you want. They can get it done for you. Grass-fed beef is a healthy choice because it's leaner and has significantly lower levels of saturated fat. It's also higher in vitamins and antioxidants. It's simply a healthier choice for your body. So for special pricing or request pickup locations, you need to call our friend Larry Mathis at J&L Farms at 601-917-8063. That's 601-917-8063. Be good to your heart. Make the healthy choice. Choose delicious grass-fed beef from J&L Farms.
Well, Caron and Company was on TV this week. They were on Channel 6 in Birmingham on Good Day, Alabama. And Mikhail Caron shared some live music and talked about their current tour with Toby Mac. Here's the new one from Caron and Company. It's called Be There For You. We've never played it before. It's brand spanking new. Here it is. I hope you like it. I love these guys right here. They've got a great sound.
I know pain doesn't heal overnight. It grips your heart and then holds on tight. You don't need answers, you just need your space. God only knows what your heart has faced. I'm not pretending that I know how you feel. No, I can't imagine, 'cause it doesn't seem real. I just wanna be there for you right now. If only I could change all this, I just don't know how. There's some good days and some bad ones, but the light gon' shine through. No, I can't fix this feeling, but I'll be there for you. Days fading and they leave the same. Endless battle, seems like nothing has changed. I wish I could tell you when this season will end. I know better days are coming, and I promise
just wanna be there for you right now. If only I could change all this, I just don't know how. There's some good days and some bad ones, but the light gon' shine through. No, I can't fix this feeling, but I'll be there for you. Yes, I will. Oh, I promise I will. I know pain doesn't heal overnight. It grips your heart and then holds on tight. I just wanna be there for you right now. If only I could change all this, I just don't know how. There's some good days and some bad ones, but the light gon' shine through. No, I can't fix this feeling, but I'll be there for you. No, I can't fix this feeling, but I'll be there for you. No, I can't fix this feeling, but I'll be there for you.
All right, Clayton Lee Duncan Smith and Carson the Wade, they are next, right after Authentic Unlimited.
Well, hold on. I know it won't be long
Till we reach that city,
in the air.
he went to prepare.
Well, pray up, and always look up.
Look for my Savior
Coming back in the cloud. Well, trials and troubles in your daily routine can get you sidetracked, if you know what I mean. But my Lord Jesus, He's mighty and strong.
He can fix your troubles and it won't take long.
Well, hold on. I know it won't be long
Till we reach that city,
in the air.
he went to prepare.
Well, pray up, and always look up.
Look for my Savior
Coming back in the cloud. Well, Jesus left, but He'll be back one day. So until then, never cease to pray. He went to build a place for you and me.
where we'll live together for eternity.
Well, hold on. I know it won't be long
Till we reach that city,
in the air.
he went to prepare.
Well, pray up, and always look up.
Look for my
Savior coming back in the cloud.
Look for my
Savior coming back in the cloud.
My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You are listening to The Morning Show. We've got a treat this morning. Clayton Lee Duncan Smith and Carson the Wade. They are here to update us on everything Smith. Because, well, we just like to hear from Clayton Lee Duncan Smith and Carson the Wade. So they're here. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
I told you they're here. They're right here with me. Guys, I want to start with this. The last time that you were here on the morning show, well, remind us why you were here.
Well, last time we killed that spike and that full point.
That is right. We talked about deer hunting, and y'all had killed some deer. We talked about the crazy one-horned deer, and then Clayton had killed a deer. But there was something else that we talked about last time. What did we tell everybody?
Carson was about to have surgery.
The very next morning, Carson was going to have surgery. Right, Carson?
Right.
Carson, how did it go?
And last time he was here, he did his voice sounded a little low, but now he won't talk. I almost died.
He says he almost died, but he really didn't almost die. Carson, tell us how you made it. You did pretty good, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
So Carson, tell me, was it a pretty bad surgery? Was it hard to get over? Or tell me?
No, ma'am.
What was it? Was your throat sore?
I almost passed out. I'm about to pass out right now.
Now Carson said he did pretty good, but Clayton said he nearly passed out. Was it hard watching your brother go through that, Clayton?
Just about.
Just about it. Well, look, let's talk about something else. We just celebrated Valentine's Day. Did y'all get something for Valentine's?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What'd y'all do for Valentine's?
And so Valentine's, we went skating and bowling, but when we got there, skating was only open on weekends, so we only got to go bowling.
Well, at least you got to go bowling. That's not so bad.
Okay, earlier why I said when we went skating and bowling, when we went bowling, Daddy had the heaviest bowl I couldn't even pick up. As I picked it up, I would just drop it right there. I would drop it in the same spot as I picked it up.
So Daddy had a really heavy ball. Carson, did you bowl?
And I got a lot of sports. Guess what? Carson nearly even won.
Carson nearly won.
Actually, Carrie and Carson and me and Daddy, we all won. Mama lost.
Oh, man. I'm not a very good bowler.
It be sometimes me and Daddy and Carson, sometimes we did Carrie's turn, so that means all three of us won. But except Mama, she did not win.
Well, Carson, are you a pretty good bowler?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever get them all down at one time?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you really?
Guess what? He got a stripe and a X one time.
All right, if you didn't catch that, he's talking about their bowling trip, and he said Carson got a stripe. That's what he said.
2 stripes and 1 X.
2 stripes and 1 X. That's pretty good. That's better than I could ever do bowling. I'm a terrible bowler.
I'm a great bowler.
Carson is a great bowler.
And guess what? Carson won first.
Really? Carson won? He even beat your daddy?
Well, I said, Daddy and Carson and me and Carrie, we won.
It's a tie.
So it's like 4 in a row. Tie and tie.
Tie and tie. All right. Well, I want to know this. Am I right to say that deer hunting season is over, guys?
Yes, ma'am. And it's about to be turkey season. And guess what? I'm thinking about letting Carson go, so it's this turkey season. But I didn't kill turkey last year, but the year before that I did kill turkey.
Well, I was going to ask you, what are you going to do in your spare time now that deer hunting is over? But you've already got it figured out. You're going to go turkey hunting.
Yes, ma'am.
And Carson, you're going first?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever killed a turkey, Carson?
No, ma'am.
So this will be your first time. Do you even know how to turkey hunt?
Yes, ma'am. I think I killed 9 deer or 8 deer and 1 turkey. So it's kind of like 10 and 1, kind of like 9 deer. I think I killed 9 deer and 1 turkey. So that means all up together is 10.
All of it together is 10. You are just a great hunter. Carson, who's going to take you turkey hunting?
My daddy.
All right, he knows how to kill turkey. You might get one.
I might get one.
He said he might get one. Well, look, do y'all know what's going on this Friday night at our church that we want to tell everybody about?
Jason Krabs come to our church. And we love Jason Krabs. And we love Jason Krabs singing too.
We do. Now, these boys told you that Jason Krab's coming, and they said, we love Jason Krab. So y'all are coming, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do y'all want to meet Jason Krab?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I think we can work that out.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all going to be sitting right there on the front?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
One said yes, one said no.
Yes.
Carson said yes. I bet y'all going to be sitting pretty close to the front, and you will get to meet Jason Krab. We're going to make sure of it.
But I bet my daddy will shake his hand.
Yeah. I have no doubt your daddy will get to shake his hand. Well, Carson, I want you to come over here, and I want you to invite everybody that's listening to come to the singing. Can you say a few words about that?
I want everybody to come to our church to meet Jason Krab.
All right. And tell them what time it starts.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, and the doors open at 6, so they better get there pretty early, don't you think? Because it might be hard to find a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'll tell you who's going to have a seat. Clayton and Carson Smith, they're going to have a seat right up close. We're going to make sure of that. And we're going to meet Jason Krab. Hey, Clayton, you were telling me also, or you were telling Awa, that we've got something else coming up you're excited about, and we haven't even said much about it on the show.
We got a whole bunch of groups coming real soon.
All right, Clayton says we've got a whole bunch of groups coming real soon. Clayton, can you tell everybody who it is?
Southbound.
And you love Southbound?
Yes, ma'am. I love Southbound, too.
We all love Southbound, don't we? Who else is coming, Clayton?
The Browders, Wanda Hinton, and Wesley Spowers.
Won't that be something?
I bet it's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
Everybody needs to mark their calendar for that, too. March the 31st. This is going to be after Jason Crabb. We've got something really big. Southbound, the Browders, Ronnie Henson. That's a big, big deal right there, and Reggie Spires. So got something big coming down the road. Look, is there anything else y'all want to update us with? Anything else good y'all want to talk about?
I can't take nothing else.
What about you, Carson?
No, ma'am.
That's it? Well, if y'all want to meet Clayton Lee Duncan Smith and Carson the Wade, you need to head on out to Salem Friday night because you can meet Jason Crabb and you can meet these Smith boys right here. We're going to have a good time. All right, tell everybody you'll see them Friday night.
We'll see y'all Friday night. I bet there's some crap going to be good, and we'll see y'all Friday night.
Do y'all have a favorite Jason Crabb song?
I like that song what just came out. Good Morning Mercy. We love that song. We love Good Morning Mercy.
All right, well, I believe we ought to go out with this segment with Good Morning Mercy and tell them everybody one more time you'll see them Friday night.
See y'all Friday night. Don't forget, the doors open at 6.
All right. We'll see you at 6 o'clock. You come meet Clayton and Carson. It's going to be mighty good. Thanks, boys. Hey, hold on 1 minute. Sissy, darling, Carrie Ruth Smith has just walked in. Sissy, do you want to say something?
Hey, everybody.
Well, hello to you, Sissy. Who do you want to see Friday night?
Sissy Crabb.
Well, we all do. We all want to see them. Sissy, I'm glad you came by. Tell everybody you'll see them Friday.
See you. Bye-bye.
While I was sleeping, Lord, you were working on the mess I made like only I can do. When I start thinking I'm so far from you, I wake up to hear you whisper that's not true. Well, good morning, mercy. You call me worthy. Feels like the sun shining on my face. Living's good this side of grace. I feel it working. Goodbye to the hurting. You woke me up, put me on my way. Hallelujah, it's a brand new day. Good morning, mercy. Yeah, I'm still learning to trust and follow. I won't worry what tomorrow's gonna bring, 'cause you hold it all there in your hands. I'm lifting mine up now, 'cause it makes me sing. Good morning, mercy. You call me worthy. It feels like the sun shining on my face. Living's good this side of grace. I feel it working. Goodbye to the hurting. You woke me up, put me on my way. Hallelujah, it's a brand new day. Good morning, mercy. Yeah, hallelujah, it's a brand new day. Starts all over when daylight breaks. You're giving me joy, it makes me sing. Good morning, good morning. Oh, hallelujah, it's a brand new day. Starts all over when daylight breaks. You're giving me a song that makes me sing. Good morning, good morning, mercy. You call me worthy. It feels like the sun shining on my face. Living's good, the side of grace. I feel it working. Goodbye to the hurting.
glad you're listening this morning to The Morning Show with Natalie Duncan-Emmons. Stay tuned. The best is yet to come.
You're listening to The Morning Show, and here's your pastor's perspective brought to you today by Brother Doug Payne from Hanger Church, Brandon, Mississippi.
Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. We live in a fast-paced society. On the way to work every morning, we go into the local grab and go and grab a Coke and a cup of coffee or whatever else we think we have to have, and out the door we go. It is similar to the smash and dash games. They run in the store, get what they think they have to have, and out the door they go. The only difference is they don't pay for theirs. But in both cases, you have to make a quick decision on what is most important. It is kind of like in a house fire where time is limited, and you have to make a decision about what is important to you then. You spend all your time earning money to buy that big screen TV and that new leather recliner. But the house is on fire, you save your kids and your pets, don't you? If you have a second, you will grab some family pictures and keepsakes. The big TV and the leather recliner is the last thing on your mind. When someone has to make a quick decision on what they truly treasure, priorities change. Jesus said that what we treasure tells us where our heart really is. What I struggle with, though, is our families and memories spent with them are what we cherish the most. Then why do we spend so much time trying to make money to buy all that stuff in the first place? This is Doug Payne with your Pastor's Perspective.
The Pastor's Perspective was brought to you by Salem Baptist Church in Lake, Mississippi. Salem is my home church, and I'm thrilled that they've partnered with The Morning Show to help us bring you, well, not only the best music in the world, but encouragement and words of life straight from God's Word. Brother Larry Duncan and the entire congregation at Salem, they invite you to come and visit whenever you get the chance. We're located just a few miles off of I-20 coming through mid-Mississippi. So if you live in our area, if you're ever traveling through our area on a Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, well, you stop off the lake exit and visit with us. Thank you to Salem Baptist Church for bringing you your Pastor's Perspective.
It must have been like to be Noah, building a boat in the desert long before it ever rained. Or can you imagine how it must have felt to be walking in circles with Jericho there before you, with walls standing in the way? How do ordinary people do extraordinary things? Just believe God will make a way. Believe, then take a step of faith to see the Lord do what looks like an impossibility. All you gotta do is just believe. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Imagine being stuck in a boat in stormy weather like Peter, stepping out on the water, no matter about the wind and wave. Or what it must have been like to be Mary and Martha, standing at the grave of their brother while the stone was rolled away. Miracles still happen for folks like you. Just believe, God will make a way. Believe, then take a step of faith to see the Lord do what looks like an impossibility. All you gotta do is just believe. step by faith to see the Lord do what looks like an impossibility. All you gotta do, all you gotta do, just believe.
That's the new one from Gordon Mote. It's called Just Believe. We are featuring the songs from the new album Be the Reason from the Steels. Brad Steele will be here on Friday to talk all about that new album. Here's one from the album all about that song. Here's Gold City throwing it back a few years, and after this, Mickey Bell will be on the morning show. Don't miss Mickey. He's going to be talking about the concert Friday night. We're excited.
Well, I'm not giving up. No, I'm not turning round. By the grace of God, I'll wear a shining crown. Someday, well, I'll keep holding on to that nail-scarred hand. I'm not giving up. No, I'll keep going on. I've been walking through the valley, through this veil of tears. At times I've even questioned, even if my Lord was near. Many times that old tempter, he says, why not turn around? You can't get any farther because you're just losing ground. Oh, but I'm not giving up. Oh, I'm not turning round. By the grace of God, I'll wear a shining crown. Someday, well, I'll keep holding on to that nail-scarred hand. I'm not giving up. No, I'll keep going on. Would you mind to tell me there's been something bothering me? Why is it that old devil, he just won't let God's children be? See, he has purposed and determined to get right in the way and turn us from the way of life and lead our souls astray. No, but I'm not giving up. No, I'm not turning around. By the grace of God, I'll wear a shining crown. Someday, well, I'll keep holding on to that nail-scarred hand. I'm not giving up. No, I'll keep going on. Well, I'm not giving up. No, I'm not turning round. By the grace of God, I'll wear a shining crown. Someday, well, I'll keep holding on to that nail-scarred hand. Oh, no, I'm not giving up. No, I'll keep going. I'm not giving up. No, I'm not turning round. By the grace of God, I'm gonna win a shining crown someday. I'll keep holding on to that nail-scarred hand. I'm not giving up. No, I'll keep going on. Good morning, mercy.
All right, it's here this Friday night, February the 24th. Jason Crabb is coming to Lake, Mississippi. He will be at Salem Baptist Church, 7 o'clock p.m. The concert will begin. The doors will open at 6 o'clock p.m. Comedian Mickey Bell will begin the event, and then Jason Crabb will take the stage. Hey, Jason doesn't come to this area all that often, so don't miss this fantastic event. You don't even need a ticket, but we will be taking up a love offering. You can even win one of each of Jason's CDs and a Jason Crabb t-shirt. If you will share this event on your Facebook page or on any form of social media, just tag us in the post so we are aware of it. We'll draw from everyone who shares it and pick a winner on Friday. See you Friday night, 7 o'clock, Salem Baptist Church, Lake, Mississippi. Jason Crabb. My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You are listening to The Morning Show. I told you he would be here, and here he is, the one and only Mickey Bell. Welcome back to The Morning Show.
Hello. Well, it's been long enough. I thought, did I do a terrible job in co-hosting your show?
It hadn't been that awful long, has it?
Well, it's been a few weeks.
It's been too long.
I was hoping I made a greater impact on your life than that.
Well, I was just fixing to invite you back. Hey, we just started doing a panel where we have like a couple of people come on and co-host, and we do like a group thing. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh.
We could do me, you,
No,
and get
I'm
somebody
not sharing
else
you
to
with
come.
anybody. No, I'm not sharing you with anybody. I
You
want all my
nuts.
time all by myself. I want all my time
All right,
by
well,
myself.
that's out then. No panel. We'll just have you back sometime. But you're here now. That's what matters.
We are.
You're
and
here
I'm
now.
very excited about it.
And Friday night is the night. You are coming to Lake, Mississippi, Salem Baptist Church to see us along with Jason Crabb, right?
Listen, let me tell you, the past few weeks, there has been a shift, and I don't know what to attribute it to, but every show that we have been to, they have been standing room only.
Wow.
The first couple of shows that we did last weekend, they literally had to shut and lock the doors 30 minutes before the concert started because the fire marshal would not allow any more people to get into the building.
Oh my goodness.
We don't know what's taking place. Jason and I sit on the bus after the show talking about it, and it just feels like, I don't know, just feels like everything, people are just hungry for it. People are excited about it. And we're just glad to be able to be a part of it. But so all I'm saying is, if you're coming to this concert, which you should be, then I would plan to get there early because people are really enjoying what we're able to do and what they get in our concert. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, we are
You wanna get there early.
anticipating a packed house. And I'll be honest, we have had a lot of groups at Salem. We have a lot of groups. I mean, we do this all the time. But I'm not sure I've ever seen a response like what we've had for this event, as far as people anticipating it, excited about it. They say they're coming. This has been a big deal. And it hadn't happened yet. Anything could happen between now and Friday. But if it's what we're expecting, this is really going to be something.
Yeah, you're going to want to be a part of it. But not only is it just the attendance, the concert itself. Let me give you just a quick example, and I know I'm supposed to be funny, but I'm going to get serious here for just a second. We did a concert on Sunday night, and when we finished the show, we were told that the community was still kind of in an uproar because they had a 16-year-old band member that committed suicide that week. And we came in talking about mental illness, depression, and anxiety. We were encouraging people. We were lifting people up. And it's just been those type of powerful concerts where people who are coming are leaving encouraged. They're leaving excited. And we're just addressing some of those issues. So people are hungry for that. Now, the seriousness is out of the way. Okay, so we want everybody to come because we're having a good time.
Well, Mickey, we need it. We need it. People
Yes.
need to hear that. People are hurting. They just need what you have to offer. And I hope people will take advantage of this.
Yes, we don't want you to get discouraged by thinking there's going to be a large crowd there. We're wanting you to concentrate on the fact that you need to get there because what you're going to experience is going to be unlike any other. And we're very excited about that. Pastors where we are going are just over the top thankful that we're there, loving on their people and encouraging their people. And it's just really a good night. And I just want everybody to experience what we get to experience every weekend.
Yeah. And I don't want anybody to think we're going to lock the doors 30 minutes ahead of time. We don't anticipate that. You come on out. And if there's any way to get you in that building, we're going to get you in there because
We've
this is a
had
big
people
deal.
standing around the walls. There was one church that put chairs out in the lobby and they just opened up the doors.
Mhm.
I mean, we're doing everything we can to get everybody in there, but that's the impact that the concert's having. And so let me also say this, people that are listening, if you have an individual in your family that maybe is dealing with some things, maybe they've got some heaviness that they're trying to deal with, I promise you, if you can get them to this concert, they're going to get some encouragement. They're going to get some help. So this is a good way to bring them to an event that's going to be very safe. They're not going to get beat up. They're not going to get knocked down with words, but they're actually going to be encouraged. So if you've got people in your family or in your friend group, this would be the event to bring them to because they're gonna leave changed.
Absolutely. This is to bring you up, to lift you up. We are helping each other Friday night. Yeah.
And we're going to laugh and have a good time.
We are. Yeah, I believe it's going to be life-changing for some people. And that, they say, Mickey, you're the traveler. We're here in Lake Mississippi. I don't go away very much, but you're all over the place. They say this is happening all over the country, that there's revival sweeping across the land. Are you experiencing that?
It is. We are. We're seeing We're seeing some. I'm not going to say after effects because it's not over with, but with the spillover. That's what I was trying to think of. We're experiencing the spillover of that. People are seeing it and they're hungry for something like that. And it's just And the thing that Jason explains to people whenever we're in the concerts is that don't show up thinking you know what revival looks like because it's something totally different.
Yeah.
It's not so much the outward emotional. What most people would classify as revival from the old days. It is a hunger. It is people literally showing up going, give us something fresh that we've never experienced before. And I think that's what they're experiencing in our concerts because we're not giving them the stale old bread of the past. We're actually giving out some new, fresh manna. And so we're really excited about people experiencing that. And once they see it and experience it, they know what we're talking about.
Yeah. And that's a very good point, Mickey. When we walk into something like this with a closed-minded opinion of thinking we already know what's going to happen, sometimes we cheat ourselves out of what God has for us. So we're going to come in with an open mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and you got to come in because here's the thing. If we were to ask every one of your listeners, especially those, let's just say who have been in church 20 plus years, no doubt you have been involved with a prayer, an emphasis of prayer to say, we want revival to hit our country. We want revival to hit our state and our community. All right. Well, then don't discount it now that it's coming. Just because it doesn't look like you think it ought to look, or just because you don't think it's coming the way that you think it should be coming. Last time I checked, you don't get to decide that.
Right.
And so don't knock it because actually God is answering the prayer that you've been praying for, asking for this to come. And now that it's coming, don't knock it because you could knock yourself, just like you said perfectly, you could just knock yourself right out of being able to experience what you've been praying for 20 plus years to happen in your life.
Yeah. And I sure don't want to open up a can of worms here, but I have been a little bit surprised to see people who have prayed and anticipated revival, and then when it comes, they automatically start discrediting it. And I'm like, wait, this is what we've wanted. This is what we have prayed for, and you're automatically going to discredit it that it's not really happening. Isn't that so? I don't get it, but that's I'm not trying to go negative. It's just been kind of amazing to me.
No, and it's not necessarily negative part of it. It's just the fact that we're giving that warning that things change. And the way that God moves changed. I mean, back in the Old Testament, we saw him appearing in a ball of fire.
Right.
We saw that. Okay, we don't see a ball of fire. We anticipated back in the early days what that emotional excitement looked and felt like. Okay, things have changed. So don't expect it to look just like it did when you were growing up, because it may look like something totally different to reach a totally different generation. And so we can't knock it out. Plus, like I said earlier, you're not the one that gets to choose what it looks like. God is. And so we just have to just say, okay, God, whatever it is, I just want to be right in the middle of it.
Yeah, you're right, Mickey. We don't dictate God.
No,
we don't.
Not at all.
Well,
and if he wants to use comedy to do it, all right, I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And Mickey's going to be nice to everybody. Hey, if you come in a little late, don't worry. I'm not going to let Mickey make fun of anybody or call you out. Mickey's going to be on his best behavior. He's going to be on his best behavior Friday night.
Sure. Whatever you have to tell him to get him in the door.
I can see his face. Y'all can't see him, but I can. He's just grinning. Mickey, we're excited. We can't wait. We're anticipating a fantastic night. I can't wait to see you Friday night, you and Jason Crabb.
Listen, thank you for making it happen. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a life change. I can't wait to see it.
All right, we'll be here 7 o'clock. The doors are going to open at 6, so I'm going to advise everyone to get there about 6 o'clock to get a good seat. All right? Mickey, y'all be careful getting here. We'll see you Friday night.
We'll do it. Can't wait to see you.
Can't wait to see you, too. You got a friend on the morning show. See you Friday.
Bye.
I see a town where nobody's forgotten, 'cause everybody cares. I see churches so filled up on Sundays, they're bringing in folding chairs. I see a crowd by the river, every color, every age. They're going down sinners and coming up saints. I see revival like a wildfire spreading, looks alive like heaven. Can't you see it? All of God's children living out His love. Don't you know how much we need it? His hope, His mercy and grace. When I close my eyes and pray, I see revival. Why not here? Hey, why not now? Can you give me one good reason? So many people desperate, hurting, searching for something to believe in. It's gonna take somebody down on their knees, one heart crying, let it start with me. I see revival like a wildfire spreading, looks alive like heaven. Can't you see it? All of God's children living out His love. Don't you know how much we need it? His hope, His mercy and grace. When I close my eyes and pray, I see revival. I see revival like a wildfire spreading, looks alive like heaven. Can't you see it? I see revival taking over this place, falling down like rain. Can't you feel it? His hope, His mercy and grace. When I close my eyes and pray, I see revival. I feel revival.
I want to talk to you about the good folks over at Hometown Roots in Sebastopol, Mississippi. Valentine's is over, but that means that wedding season is coming up really, really soon. And I want you to know from firsthand experience that Kitty Ladner can take care of all of your wedding needs. We have used Kitty Ladners for weddings in our family, and what a load it took off my mind to be able to call Kitty, tell her what I needed, and just leave it with Kitty. I didn't have to worry about anything else. She decorated everything, took care of the flowers. It was done. It was done. And I highly recommend to you to do the same exact thing if you have a wedding coming up. Also, prom season is just around the corner, so you don't have to stress about your floral needs for prom or the accessories that you need for prom. Hometown Roots has you covered. in all of these areas. They're just the place to be. Kitty Ladner and all the good folks at Hometown Roots. Patricia, Bailey, all of them. They'd love to help you with whatever event you've got coming up. 601-625-7512 is the number. Of course, you can always look them up on the Facebook. And when you do, tell them that you heard about them right here on the morning show. Lots of good things going on at Hometown Roots. That's the place to be.
We're glad you're listening this morning to The Morning Show with Natalie Duncan-Emmons. Stay tuned. The best is yet to come.
You're listening to The Morning Show. And now it's time for a few moments of laughter with one of the funniest guys I know, Mark Lowry.
Mama used to call me before I had caller ID and I could not answer. Because when you talk to Mama, you better have an hour. I'd say hello, and the first thing out of her mouth, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. And I finally got sick of that. One day I said, but perfect love casts out fear. Mama wanted me to fear God, and I know the Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, but it's the beginning. It ain't the ending. The fear of God will get your attention, but the love of God will constrain you. It makes you want to please Him. Mama used to say, when I get to heaven, I'm going to go crawling in on my hands and knees. I said, not me. I'm kicking the door in and saying, ain't y'all glad I'm home? Because I belong there. Jesus has made me a permanent member of heaven. I don't have to have Peter's approval or anybody else's approval. I can walk boldly into the throne of God and tell my dad what I need, my Father, who has been more than a father to me, a good father. I had an Aunt Luke and an Uncle Kitten growing up. Only in Texas can you have an Aunt Luke and an Uncle Kitten. But I'll never forget when I'd go see Aunt Luke, she didn't have children and she was hyperactive like me. She had ADHD too. I used to have ADHD, but when I turned 50, I dropped the H because I'm tired. But when I was little, we'd go out to Sugar Land, Texas, which was all farm country then, and we'd go out to Aunt Luke and Uncle Kitten's, and she'd cook all day knowing we were coming, and we were still way down the dirt. That's another thing about getting old. You can't even stop your belches anymore. Burps. I don't understand it, y'all. Don't go turn 58. You'll belch on belch, burp. I can't even say the word. What's a word? Belch. You'll burp. I'm sometimes up here talking about Lord. And I hear it gets worse. Anyway. But Aunt Luke, her name was Lucille and they called her Luke. She'd be way down by her little house. She'd come out the screen door and she would literally, y'all, she'd be out in the yard doing this in the yard. And she'd spin around till we got there. And I was 5, 6, I don't know. I'd run out of the car. I'd jump up in her arms and she'd swing me around the yard while she held that cigarette right about there. Yes. Folgers and Marlboro country, that's what she smelled like. But you know what? I just have it pictured in my mind that in 2013, when Mama breathed her last breath, and you know what her last words were? I'm going to the light on the other side. I said, go, Mama. I'm right behind you. And I hope when she got to heaven, this is what happened. I hope she started to get down on her knees like she always said she would and start to crawl in the pearly gates. And then she looks up, and it wouldn't surprise me a bit if our Father hadn't jumped off that throne and started spinning. I don't think he'd have a cigarette in his hand. If he's a deacon, maybe, I don't know.
The comedy segment was brought to you by John G. Weatherford Incorporated. John G. Weatherford Incorporated? Well, they're proud to be connected to the morning show. They're known to most as Weatherford Oil. They're a third-generation owned and operated family business that values God, family, employees, and customers. For over 40 years, they've been providing diesel, gasoline, motor oil, hydraulic fluid, grease, and logging supplies to some of Mississippi's best loggers, farmers, chicken growers, land managers, municipalities, individuals, and convenience stores. Whether you need large or small quantities, well, they'd love the opportunity to talk to you about supplying all of your fuel and oil needs. With 2 locations, they proudly serve Scott, Lauderdale, Newton, Smith, Neshoba, Jasper, Clark, Kemper, Rankin, and Leake counties. If you appreciate Weatherford Oil helping to bring you the morning show, well, we would appreciate it if you'd call John at Meridian, 601-693-0981, 601-693-0981, or Jason in Forest, 601-469-3931. That's 601-469-3931. And let them take care of all of your fuel and oil needs. We appreciate them. We appreciate you.
I've been delivered, mended my ways. Ain't no more going down the road called Lost Highway. I'll keep believing there's a right way to go on through my life without losing my faith. I've been delivered. I've been delivered. I've been to the river. I've been baptized. My sins forgiven. So satisfied. I met the Savior. He showed the way. Now I am traveling on the Yahweh highway. I've been delivered, yeah. And climb this mountain, it looks so high. There's rocks and ledges, doubt in my mind. But I don't lose my pace, I see the other side. And when I reach the top, I raise my hands up and say, I've been delivered. I've been delivered, yeah. I've been to the river, I've been baptized. My sins forgiven, so satisfied, yeah. I met the Savior, He showed the way. Now I am traveling on the Yahweh highway. I've been delivered. Take me down to the river. Wanna go where the water, where my brother and my sister and my father and my mother. I've been to the river. I've been baptized. My sins forgiven. So satisfied. I met the Savior. He showed the way. Now I am traveling on the Yahweh highway. I've been delivered, yeah.
I've been delivered.
Congratulations are in order for our friend Brian Elliott. He and his wife Caitlin are now the proud parents of Miss Harper Ann Elliott. She was born Monday, February the 20th, weighing 6 pounds, 11 ounces, 19 and a half inches long. So congratulations to Brian and Caitlin. Harper is absolutely beautiful and she looks just like her mother. Congratulations.
up early in the morning. When I hear the birds singing, it sounds like freedom. You've been good to me, even late in the evening. When the day is ending, I'll still be singing. You've been good to me. Oh, glory, hallelujah. I came running when he set me free. God's been good to me. Oh, glory, hallelujah. I was blind, but now my eyes can see. God's been good to me. Got a testimony, your redemption story. Gotta run, gotta tell it. You've been good to me. I got a testimony, your redemption story. Go run, gotta tell it. You've been good to me. Oh, glory, hallelujah. I came running when he set me free. God's been good to me. Oh, glory, hallelujah. I was blind, but now my eyes can see. God's been good to me. Oh, 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 oh. God's been good to me. Ain't no chain gonna shackle me. I'm free indeed. Ain't no rock crying out for me. I'm free indeed. Ain't no storm gonna still my peace. I'm free indeed. 'Cause when the sun sets free, it's free indeed. I'm free indeed. Oh, glory, hallelujah. I came running when he set me free. God's been good to me. Oh, glory, hallelujah. I was blind, but now my eyes can see. God's been good to me. Oh, 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 oh. God's been good to me. God's been good to me.
Hey everyone, this is Randy, your friendly morning show announcer, taking just a second to remind you that you can find the morning show on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search The Morning Show, Natalie Duncan-Emmons, and it pops right up. Once there, you can listen to all of the past shows, episodes, interviews that you might have missed. So go to YouTube, search The Morning Show, Natalie Duncan-Emmons, and listen to The Morning Show as long as your little heart desires. Hey, thanks again for supporting Natalie and The Morning Show, and as always, may the Lord richly bless you.
Well, this is not a good story. It's not a funny story. I'm just in awe of it. I probably shouldn't even tell it. It's a little down and out, really, but I'm going to tell you about it. A 72-year-old Indiana woman will now spend 2 years in federal prison after transferring nearly $574,000. Now, that's over $500,000 from a Catholic church and its associated school. She transferred it into her personal account for gambling and for vacations, is what she said. The Department of Justice announced Monday that Marie Carson of Indianapolis pleaded guilty to wire fraud after 13 years of handling money as the business manager for St. Matthew Catholic Church and the Catholic school there that's associated with St. Matthew Catholic Church. Now, here's the thing. Court documentation and testimony proves and shows that Miss Carson had sole responsibility and control over all financial transactions, over all financial decisions, and over all financial oversight for both the church and for the school for over 13 years, from 2008 to 2021. And in that 13 years, she illegally transferred exactly $573,836.59. So she got over $500,000 from the church and from the school to pay off gambling debts and to take a few trips along the way. It's what Miss Carson said. I don't know how you overlook something like that for 13 years. I'm not sure how you give somebody unaccounted control of a church and a school's finances for 13 years. That's almost setting somebody up for failure. Most people cannot handle something like that. But how do you not miss $500,000? They must have had an awful lot of money to not miss $500,000 along the way. Well, it's over now. She has been caught and will now spend 2 years in the federal prison. I hope she enjoyed those vacations that she took. It's come back to bite her now. So anyway, I'm sure Miss Carson regrets that now. And I'm sure the school regrets giving her all of that power for 13 years because now they are missing $500,000. So you just never know. People are people. People are people, and they always will be. So they lost $500,000 because of it. $500,000.
I just want to speak the name of Jesus over every heart and every mind, 'cause I know there is peace within your presence. I speak Jesus. I just want to speak the name of Jesus till every dark addiction starts to break, declaring there is hope and there is freedom. I speak Jesus. 'Cause your name is power, your name is healing, your name is life. Break every stronghold, shine through the shadows, burn like a fire. I just want to speak the name of Jesus over fear and all anxiety, to every soul held captive by depression. I speak Jesus. 'Cause your name is power, your name is healing, your name is life. Break every stronghold, shine through the shadows, burn like a fire. Shout Jesus from the mountains and Jesus in the streets, Jesus in the darkness over every enemy, Jesus for my family. I speak the holy name, Jesus. Shout Jesus from the mountains and Jesus in the streets, Jesus in the darkness over every enemy, and Jesus for my family. I speak the holy name, Jesus. just want to speak the name of Jesus over every heart and every mind. 'Cause I know there is peace within your presence. I speak Jesus.
My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You're listening to The Morning Show. Here on The Morning Show, we're looking for the very best mix of gospel music, predominantly Southern gospel with a little bit of bluegrass, a little bit of Christian country, contemporary, and inspirational. The mixture of different styles and genres here on The Morning Show is a musical picture of the diversity of the Bride of Christ. Though every style is different, the message we play is the same. The gospel of Jesus Christ and salvation through him alone. For worthy is the Lamb who was slain. My name's Natalie Duncan-Emmons. Glad you're listening to The Morning Show.
When Noah had built the ark for his journey, then he set sail for waters unknown. He looked through a window, the heavens it faced. Then he looked in God's eyes, and Noah found grace. I'm safe from the storm and billows around me. Though billows may roll, for he pilots me. He pilots my ship on life's troubled sea. He promised to me, my anchor shall hold till I see the sun's face. I see, for he shut the door. Thank God I am sealed in the ark of his grace. When we make it home and the angels start gathering our story to hear how we won the race, I'll jump to my feet and shout it so loudly. My soul took a ride in the ark of his grace. I'm safe from the storm and billows around me. The billows may roll, for he pilots me. He pilots my ship on life's troubled sea. He promised to me, my anchor shall hold till I see the sun's face. His beauty I see, for he shut the door. Thank God I am sealed in the ark of his grace. Yes, he shut the door. Thank God I am sealed in the ark of his grace.
Well, what a day it has been. We've had Clayton Lee Duncan Smith, Carson the Wade, and Mickey Bell on the morning show all in one day. How about that? And tomorrow is Throwback Thursday. Mr. Alan Cox, he is an SGM Hall of Famer. Yes, he is, and he's going to be here on the morning show, throwing it back to the Florida boys. Don't miss that. Have a good day. Catch you in the morning. Leaving you with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver.
Jesus washed my sins away one glorious morning.
Praise his dear name.
He blessed my soul, he blessed my soul, and he made me whole, and he made me whole. Ever since that happy day, I'm telling a story.
Praise his dear name.
How he washed my sins away when he blessed my soul, when he blessed my soul.
Well, you ought to have been there
That blessed glory
when the love
of the Lord came down
into my soul,
and he made me whole, and he made me whole.
If you'd have been there,
You'd shouted glory
to the Lamb,
to the Lord and King.
Well, you ought to have been there.
Yes, you ought to have been there when he blessed my soul, when he blessed my soul. Jesus made my spirit glad one glorious morning.
Praise his dear name.
He blessed my soul, he blessed my soul, and he made me whole, and he made me whole. Ever to the lone and sad, I'm telling the story.
Praise his dear name.
How he washed my sins away when he blessed my soul, when he blessed my soul.
Well, you ought to have been there
That blessed morning
when the love
of the Lord came down
into my soul.
And he made me whole, and he made me whole.
If you'd have been there,
You'd shout in glory
to the Lamb,
to the Lord and King.
Well, you ought to have been there.
Yes, you ought to have been there when he blessed my soul, when he blessed my soul. Jesus claimed me as his own one glorious morning.
Praise his dear name.
He blessed my soul, he blessed my soul, and he made me whole, and he made me whole. Ever since this joy I've known, I'm telling the story.
Praise his dear name.
How he washed my sins away when he blessed my soul, when he blessed my soul.
Well, you ought to have been there
That blessed morning
when the love
of the Lord came down
into my soul.
And he made me whole, and he made me whole.
If you'd have been there,
You'd shout in glory
to the Lamb,
to the Lord and King.
Well, you ought to have been there.
Yes, you ought to have been there when he blessed my soul, when he blessed my soul.
Well, you ought to have been there
That blessed morning
when the love
of the Lord came down
into my soul.
And he made me whole, and he made me whole.
If you'd have been there,
You'd shout in glory
to the Lamb,
to the Lord and King.
Well, you ought to have been there.
Yes, you ought to have been there when he blessed my soul, when he blessed my soul.
You've been listening to The Morning Show with Natalie Duncan-Emmons. We're glad you joined us. We want to invite you back tomorrow when once again you'll hear some of the very best in gospel music and some of the finest in Christian entertainment. Will you join us tomorrow? Is it a date? We'll look for you then. God bless and goodbye, everybody.